become stronger. We're coming up now. 1, 2, 3. There's new energy flowing into every molecule of your being. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. You're up to 4, 5. There's new energy flowing in. It's coming in from every side. And every molecule of your being is becoming more vibrant and more alive. You're up to 6, 7, 8. This wonderful feeling is taking over. You absolutely love it. You're totally relaxed. Very calm. Very alive. And you are just going to harvest the good. That's all you see. Because that's all you're looking for.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. TGIF. Thank goodness it is Friday. The growth includes Friday. Lady Boss Nikki tapped in the building. What is going on, dreamers? How are we feeling? Coming to the end of the week, a lot of great things have been going down. I've been seeing the action. I've been seeing the consistency. I've been seeing the discipline. And I couldn't be more proud to see it because this is the time to really go ahead and leave it all on the field coming into this fourth quarter. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. I've got a great topic for everybody. Today, we're going to be getting deep into a little KT, a little Kevin Trudeau, talking about the state of conscious. Absolutely a powerful topic. We're feeling good, vibrating high. I love to see it. So here we go. Let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. As always, before we get this party kicked off and rocking, and let me know 1, 2, 3 things that everybody's grateful for coming into the day. Drop it down below. Let's get this energy flowing throughout the chats. And let's go ahead and get started. The state of conscious. Awesome. Here we go. So grateful to be alive. So thankful for God. So grateful to be on here with each and every single one of you. So grateful for what's going on globally right now. I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's going on with this movement, but actually our mentors, they've been on tour. They already did leg 1, literally hit multiple different countries. Now they're on leg 2, making moves out there. And it's so amazing to see, even in Portugal yesterday, with 500 plus individuals in the building during the middle of the week. Not even a massive event, just a normal event. And just goes to show what impact is actually being made, not just inside of the States, but truly worldwide. And I believe a big part of that comes down to state of conscious, right? How is it that there's people, living in different areas that maybe don't make as much as we make here, but they're seeing substantial amounts of success? A big part of that I've realized comes down to the state of conscious. So I'm grateful to have the awareness. I'm so grateful to go ahead and get into this topic to shed some wisdom so we can all, most importantly, go out and take massive action. I love it. Jojo in the building. April, it's good to see you. Let's go. What's going on? Skills. I see you, brother. I love it. So here we go. Let's get into it. So the state of consciousness. This is such a deep topic. Kevin Trudeau talks about pretty much the feeling in every single audio that you guys will ever listen to him. And what he really gets deep into today is he digs deep into the consciousness, the state of the conscious mind. And the first thing that he talked about inside of here is this, right? He said, when being fully conscious and aware. Now, I'm gonna read a couple paragraphs. This might get a little deep. You ready? He said, they transcend the illusion of the physical matter, of the physical material world of duality. Essentially, being aware is that everything and everyone is connected, essentially one with everything, right? So he talks about an inner state. The inner state, he says, is attained where there is no longer any triggers that we all have in our life. And you know what the funny part about it is? We all have a lot of the same similar triggers. And if you go back and we look at yesterday, if we go back and we look at the past week, the past month, a lot of the times that we end up stressed, angry, frustrated, it comes from a lot of the same similar triggers. Drop a 2 down below if you can relate. If you guys have had some very similar triggers that it just keeps popping up. You're like, yo, why do I keep getting triggered by this scenario? Why does this keep getting under my skin so much? Okay. We all have this. We all have triggers. We all have neuroencoding. But the beauty of this training, law of the divine, absolutely, is to be able to go ahead and detach from these triggers. You see, a trigger is something that we can be completely focused and something happens. Maybe we get a call, maybe we get a text, and that distraction completely throws off our energy. Now maybe all of a sudden we're tired. Maybe now we're agitated. Maybe now we're angry. And what we were just working on completely can get pushed to the side, and the whole day can get wasted because we're sitting in a state of lack. We're sitting in a state of a low vibration. And I'm telling you, that energy can literally transmute into every activity that we're doing. I know what this feels like. I've been there many times. So I started getting very intentional about identifying what is the state of consciousness that we're in. What are all the continuous triggers that seem to keep coming up religiously, it seems like, right? For myself, you know, there's some calls that I get from my family, some family members, right? We all have those family members where you get that call and it's like the second I see the name, I have butterflies. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I'm scared because I don't know what that call is going to be like today. Maybe I got to rush them to the hospital. Maybe something's seriously wrong. These were triggers that I'm telling you right now used to run my entire day until I started really learning about the state of consciousness and realizing that we can go ahead and take control of one thing. That's our mind. Ready? So this is going to be a short and sweet one for today. But I do want to give a couple of things that KT talked about in here, because I think this is really important. He talked about, imagine being supremely confident, but not arrogant or conceited. Imagine having total knowingness that we never need to be affirmed, or we never need to be validated by anybody. Even this one sentence alone, how many times have we been afraid to put out content? How many times have we been afraid to speak our voice because we've been afraid what somebody else is going to say? Maybe it could be family, maybe it could be friends, maybe it could be coworkers, maybe it could be somebody online. Drop a 4 down below if you've been there and you know what that feels like. Maybe we've been afraid to go network out in person because we don't know what they're going to say. We don't know how they're going to respond. Well, the truth is, when you really get bold, when we really step into our greatness, you'll start to see that a lot of the things that we fear most of the time is self-imposed, right? It's an illusion. It's fake. It doesn't really exist. And the moment I started doing that, I started making videos. I started putting myself out there. I started not being afraid to go in and say hello to a random connection. Go in and say hello to somebody I just met at the gym. Go in and give a smile to somebody that I just met out in public. Give a handshake and be able to have the confidence to exchange information. And I cannot tell you how many times just that alone has created countless relationships all around the country because I was not afraid anymore of what anybody else had to say. In fact, I was excited. Some people, they're worried about what somebody else is going to say. I started to realize this. How many people do we know that, I was just talking about this yesterday too. How many people do we know that look at their phone every single day, but they don't make $1 from it? They have $1,000 smartphone, but they're not making any money from it. So the question is, are they paying for that smartphone, or is their smartphone paying them? Oof, let that sink in. And when you really think about that, you're going to start to notice that for most people, they're just paying for their smartphone. They're just paying $1,000+ just for their smartphone. When all reality, every single one of us, we have the skill set to be able to go ahead and have this smartphone pay us. So I'm not afraid to go ahead and put out a video. I'm not afraid to speak to anybody more. In fact, I'm excited because I know that we have value to go ahead and give them. The only reason we're nervous to talk to anybody is because, number one, we don't really believe it works. We don't really believe that this can happen, even for ourselves, let alone for anybody else. But number two, being able to just realize that at the end of the day, people are looking for this, not opportunity, for this solution. And now is the time to give up. I had somebody reach out yesterday that hasn't contacted me in 3 years. 3 years. They haven't liked, they haven't commented, they have not said nothing on any of my posts. But you know what's funny? They finally came out of the cracks yesterday and said, you know what, D? I'm tired of watching. I'm ready for change. I'm ready to get back in the trenches. Let's go ahead and take that next step. You'll see him in the chat here shortly. But this is the power of staying consistent. This is the power of not worrying what anybody thinks, even if they don't comment. Because you guys are going to notice you will always get more eyeballs than we will likes, comments, and reactions, because people like to watch. So the question is, are we willing to be consistent long enough? Next, let's keep it moving. He talked about, imagine never being affected by what somebody says or what somebody doesn't say or do. Huge. Once again, goes back to addiction to other people's approval. Next thing he said, imagine having total clarity and certainty, but remaining completely humble while at the same time not giving into doubts, not giving into fears, and not giving in to worries. It was funny. I went out with Lovely the other day. We went out in some nature, do a little walk and talk to go and catch up. And we were talking about this exact subject. We were talking about faith. We were talking about God. And those two things, if life was perfect, if life just flowed exactly how we wanted it to, there would be no such thing as God. There would be no such thing as needing any faith in our life because everything would work out in our favor. So the truth of the matter is we need challenges. We need trials. We need opposition because this is what allows us to take the time to actually step outside of ourselves and actually take a look inside. What do we need to fix? What do we need to work on? What do we need to go ahead and grow and be that to get to that next level? So in every area of my life, when these challenges started to come, I stopped asking myself, why me? And I started saying, try me. Come give it to me. Bring it on. What else do we got? Because these are all situations that's training us into the warrior that we're destined to become. You know why a lot of people get heartbroken? Because they got their expectations broken. They got their expectations broken. The reason why people get so upset when things happen in life, and I've been there too, I know this from experience, is because we did not prepare for it. We weren't ready. You see, right now, I'm preparing for certain things because I know what's coming in the future, and I know time doesn't wait on anybody. Parents are getting older, grandparents are getting older, time is waiting on nobody, and I want to be able to provide before that clock runs out, before that last drip of sand drops. So I know now more than ever, time is of the essence. This is not a time to sit in anxiety, to sit and be afraid, to sit and worry, because there's too many people depending on us to go ahead and let that overtake our emotions, let that overtake our actions, and eventually our results. So this is a deep topic for today. All right, give me 2 more minutes and I'm done. I'm out of your hair and we're getting out into the field for this beautiful Friday, okay? He said next, dream about always feeling joy on the inside and never being affected by external conditions, by external situations, events, people, or circumstances. Once again, it goes back to the feeling. It goes back to triggers. How many of us have triggers from so many things that's going on in external environments? Even for myself, in the morning, I do not check my phone. I do not scroll. I'm not looking at messages. I'm not looking at anything because I know how important it is to be able to control our state of consciousness. And the moment that I get into scrolling, the moment I check my messages, it's so easy to see one post of negativity, to see something, a drama, to see something that dulls down our vibration. And I know how crucial that is, especially in the morning. So I started to get very intentional about what we see, hear, touch, smell, right? Even smell. Essential oils in the morning to be able to wake up to will drastically jumpstart and kick your day. You have some lavender, you have some mint, you have some eucalyptus. I'm telling you, you're going to wake up vibrant. But this comes with being able to take advantage of how we use our senses. Now, sometimes I talk about being able to forget about the senses, but there's also a way that we can utilize them as well. What do we see when we first wake up? Shane and Talina, I always go back to this example. I remember we did this for years. We took a goal card, a vision card, and the second that we woke up, the first thing that we saw was the goal card, was the vision, right? The first thing I hear in the morning, I'm listening to an audio. I'm playing that visualization. So my theta brain state of conscious is sinking in that positivity, is sinking in the vision. Okay, what are we smelling? I told you essential oils are crucial. If we're somebody that has a messy room and it's filled with all this dirty laundry and we're waking up to a mess, guess what? Cluttered room equals a cluttered mind. Something I had to learn over time, okay? So what do we see? What do we hear? What do we smell? Now, what do we touch? Okay, what are we touching in the morning? Why do you think one of the first things we do when we wake up is go straight into the gratitude? Straight into it. Because where focus goes, energy flows, and things grow. So utilizing these senses is huge. All right. I got 1 more minute. We're out of here. He talked about this right here. Love this. Imagine being amused by everything and everyone while always having an inner laugh and a smile. For you actually see everyone and everything is simply an expression and extension of one universal consciousness, and all that is and everything in life is just a play of that one universal consciousness. And this is how we wrapped it up. Think about how life would be if we're always feeling lighthearted, if we're always feeling cheerful without any concerns or any stress, and never feeling the need to change anyone or anything in order to make them happy. See, this is one that stuck really deep to me, because I can't tell you how many times over the years I've wanted things more than somebody wanted them for themselves. And so many times I was trying to change people. I was trying so hard to change different areas. But you know what I realized? It's kind of like an alcoholic. I can say all of these different amazing things. Alcoholics can go to AA meetings, but here's the difference. And I learned this with personal family. Until that person makes the conscious decision to change, to draw the line in the sand, nothing will ever change. Because nobody else can go out and make the decision. Nobody can want our success more than we want it for ourselves. You know, we all know the term, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. We can take somebody to the weight room, but we can't make them pick up the weights. So when I was getting out of college and my circle of influence was negative, filled with drama, filled with no visions or goals, that was one of the biggest things that I realized. If we can't change the people around us, guess what we can do? We can literally change the people around us. I got so tired of trying to change people. I said, you know what? Let me just change my circle of influence. And I went from coming home to see people smoking and joking, sitting on the couch doing nothing, to getting around mentors, individuals that were studying, taking notes, reading on a daily basis. And I'm telling you, what we see in our peripherals directly affects the action that we take. And to put the bow tie on it, Kevin Trudeau says, imagine being anchored in an inner state of peace, in an inner state of bliss, in an inner state of certainty, regardless of what is happening in life. Imagine being enlightened and self-realized. We can be this person and we are this person. So I want you to know, whatever is going on in life right now, no matter how crazy, no matter how tough it may seem, I promise you, even including myself, there is lessons that's needed to be learned. There's things that we can extract from these scenarios to go ahead and chisel away the fat that does not need to be there. So dreamers, that's my training for everybody today, to really get intentional about our state of consciousness. What are we thinking? What do we focus on? Where's our energy going all day long? And I promise you, the second that we start to master ourselves is the moment that we're no longer controlled by external triggers, external environments, external situations or scenarios. So dreamers, let's go out and have an amazing rest of the month. We're coming into the fourth quarter. Now is the time to really go ahead and put the pedal to the metal, all out on the gas, and really put everything out into the field. So dreamers, I love you. I appreciate you. Nobody told you today. I'm so proud of each and every single one of you. The growth is evident. Time just has to catch up to continuously manifesting this greatness. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hands. Smash the 2, smash the like button if you guys got any values for today, and let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. It's game time. Let's get to work.